Hello and welcome back once again to the Wrestling Group. I'm your host Ryan, and today we are going to be taking a little look at the G1 Climax final. So as you'll know by now, the semi-finals was earlier today, and of course the winners of the matches was Evil defeated Tsuji thanks to shenanigans and a whole lot of nonsense. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure why Evil's won, why Evil's in the final. We should have had the rematch of Tsuji versus Takeshita, but instead we've got Evil, and he'll be taking on, obviously, Kenosuke Takeshita from AEW. Now, if you remember right back at the beginning of the G1, I predicted that it was either going to be Kenosuke Takeshita or Gabe Kidd to win the G1 Climax. Now, obviously, Gabe got injured and had to pull out of the G1. So then, obviously, my sole pick after that was, of course, Takeshita. And now he is in the final after beating the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Zack Sabre Jr. So at the moment, they are now on one apiece. Zack beat him in the group, and Takeshita beat him in the semi-finals. So hopefully Takeshita will win tomorrow and go on to face Zack Sabre Jr. at Wrestle Kingdom for the IWGP World Championship. I went online and obviously I had a look after I'd watched the matches, because I was a bit dumbfounded and confused myself, as I do feel like the only people that actually like Evil anymore is literally the management team in New Japan. I just don't understand why he keeps getting pushed all the time, and he'll beat big guys. And I know they're supposed to have heels where you're supposed to have them beat down on people and stuff, and that to help them obviously get the win. Like obviously John Moxley was doing it in the Death Riders. We've seen it time and time again, Roman Reigns with the Bloodline and stuff like that. But oh my God, at least with the Death Riders and the Bloodline, they had their fans. So although a lot of people were pissed the fact that it happened, they had fans. I feel like House of Torture has no fans. I don't know anyone that would be happy with Evil being in the final. I don't think it's going to be a very good match. I think the best match that we could have had would have been Takeshita versus Tsuji in the main event. Because again, it's just going to be more of the same shenanigans, and we know it is, because after the match, when Takeshita beat Zack Sabre Jr. and he was helped to the back, Evil come down with the House of Torture, and then they went round all sides of the ring to just basically show force and be like, well, we're here and we can do this. Obviously, Takeshita's part of the Don Callis family, but obviously the Don Callis family is back, obviously, in America in AEW. Which, to be honest here, begs the question that, should House of Torture get involved? Then maybe there should be a case where we get House of Torture versus the Don Callis family at Forbidden Door in the UK. I mean, it makes sense, wouldn't it? If Evil, even if Takeshita still wins, if Evil and the House of Torture get involved, then we should in fact see the Don Callis family take on House of Torture. Or that'd be something they could do out of this. Because I'm just trying to think of anything that they could do coming out of it, other than some reason Evil winning. Like, there's no way Evil should be main eventing Wrestle Kingdom. It's Takeshita, on the other hand, he's a massive star in the making. It's time we start pushing him. He's a young lad and that, but he's so talented, and he's working 3 separate promotions at the moment. He's working AEW, he's working New Japan, and of course he's working DDT as well. And it's about time he started to pick up some titles. I know obviously he's just been the Never Openweight champion, but we need to start pushing him now. He should have a world championship around his waist in the next year. And whether that be AEW's, whether that be obviously New Japan's, or even Ring of Honor's, he's not long challenged for the Ring of Honor World Championship against Bandito. Had probably one of the best matches of the year. Takeshita, to be fair, is probably having one of the best years in terms of matches that he's had already this year. Obviously the 2 with Zack Sabre Jr., like I said, the one with Bandito as well. A couple of matches he's had in AEW. So I'll just pray and I hope Takeshita defeats Evil, and then we get the final match at Wrestle Kingdom. You know, I would like to say they're one apiece at the moment. Zach won the group match, and then Takeshita won the semi. So hopefully they can push on and have the trilogy at the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, obviously, if Evil somehow manages to win, it's then obviously I'm not then going to be that interested in watching Wrestle Kingdom, to be honest. But you know, Takeshita's got a win over the IWGP champion, so therefore he should really get a shot at the belt of Dominion. But or Power Struggle. What's the next pay-per-view? But you know, Takeshita could well get a shot earlier than Kingdom, but I think like the main event's Wrestle Kingdom. It's got to be Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kenosuke Takeshita. So, as always, let me know your thoughts and feelings. Who do you think's going to win the G1 Climax final tomorrow? Is it going to be AEW's Kenosuke Takeshita, or is it going to be House of Torches Evil? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and of course, subscribe to the wrestling group today.